What's up, Red Raiders? Welcome to another episode of Campus Live TV, presented by Genghis Grill. I'm Ashley Bell, and in today's Sports Talk, we sat down with the legendary Lady Raider basketball coach, Marsha Sharp. Hope you enjoy! Marsha Sharp is a TTU legend, best known for leading the Lady Raider basketball team to their first ever NCAA National Championship in 1993. We wanted to know if she could give us a glance into her background outside of basketball.
Well, I grew up in a family that was rooted in West Texas, even though that's not where I was born. My parents both grew up in Tulia, and so a lot of my family is in the Panhandle, which I think made it even more special for me to be able to coach at Texas Tech. I was actually born in Washington State when my dad was a part of the U.S. Navy and came back to Texas. He was a banker. We moved around a little when I was young, and I finished my high school education at Tulia. Was involved in athletics up there as well as a lot of things in the school. Went to Wayland Baptist and got my degree when I went. I thought I wanted to be a lawyer and came out as a basketball coach, so go figure. But, just a great background, lots of folks who surrounded me and encouraged me and gave me a great chance to go do what I wanted to do. And I was really blessed by all of that.
We also wanted to know what was going through her mind when she was named head coach of Lady Raider basketball.
Well, I'm from a family of Red Raiders. My dad was a Texas Tech graduate. I had an uncle that had graduated here. My sister was in school here. My brother was in school here. They all have degrees from Tech, some of them several degrees. And so now I have three nephews who are Texas Tech graduates and a fourth one who's a sophomore here right now. So, to be named the coach of an institution that means so much to your family and to be able to stay at home, honestly, that's pretty special because a lot of people who coach Division I basketball or any sport don't get to stay close to home to do that. And so, again, right place at the right time, and it was a great fit for me.
We asked Marsha if she could tell us how she was feeling after winning the NCAA National Championship in 1993.
I don't suppose professionally there's anything that could ever match being able to be the best in your sport for a particular year. And I was so thrilled for our team and for our fan base and for West Texas and for Texas Tech University, of course. But to do that with a group of people that, you've been through so much together and you've built a team with and all the things that go into an athletic program, it's just the best feeling in the world.
We wanted to know what she was doing with TTU athletics in her current position.
Well, I think the things that I do more for the university right now have to do with life skills and career opportunities for all of our athletes. The programs that I've been fortunate enough to work around with Kirby Hocutt and all the folks who work in the JT and Margaret Talkington Leadership Academy are about trying to prepare people for life. Certainly we hope it strengthens our teams, and I think anytime you have strong people who understand their value systems and know where they're headed in their life, they probably are better teammates and probably do a better job on the field or court, wherever their sport takes them. But for me, I think at this stage it's about trying to make sure that we do as much as we can for them to make them be the best citizens, have the best relationships, have the best careers, and probably be the best parents that they can be once they leave Texas Tech.
We asked Marsha who her greatest mentor was, and here's what she told us.
It's interesting. I heard Condoleezza Rice say this one time in a speech that she gave to a women's basketball Final Four, is that her mentors didn't look very much like her. And I think in the world of women's basketball, when I first came through, there weren't very many women coaches. It was still men who led the sports, and I had some great coaches, and I was around some great people who still influence me to this day. Harley Redden and Dean Weiss at Wayland. Certainly Janine McCaney, who started the women's athletic program at Texas Tech, were all people that helped me along the path. So again, I was fortunate. I was in a situation where I got to learn basketball from some great people, and I also got to learn to be a professional at the college level from Janine and the things that she did for this athletic department when women's athletics was first being formed. And it was a real partnership at that time to try to move all the programs forward in women's sports because they had just become at that time a college sport that you could compete in. Up until then, it was only intramurals. So for us, it was kind of all hands on board to make sure that we not only were taking women's basketball forward, but other sports along with it. And it was a great thing to be a part of.
We had to ask the question that everyone wants to know the answer to. How does it feel to have a freeway named after you?
You know, I never think about it very much. I'm really honored. And of course, Wendy Sitton, who was the mayor of Lubbock at the time, and a lot of our city councilmen here and different individuals had that put together before I ever even knew anything about it. I do think it's been a real honor for me, and the thing I'm most proud about is that it makes it so much easier to get around Lubbock. I can get from my house in South Lubbock to Texas Tech in about 7 minutes if I hit one light right. So that's really the thing that I'm most excited about as far as being able to use the freeway every day.
That's a wrap. Thanks for joining us, and be sure to visit us online at campuslive.magazine.com. Let us know what you're thinking in the comments below, and until next time, for Campus Live TV, I'm Ashley Bell. This episode of Campus Live has been presented by Genghis Grill. Visit the Lubbock location on Slide Road across from South Plains Mall.